There was this a particular moment in the documentary when you were talking to Trump about January 6th, and he did talk about it. And he basically smashed any of the conspiracy theories out there that it's Antifa or it's, an inside job or whatever, when he acknowledges that the people breaking into the Capitol building were his supporters.
Well, it was a sad day, but it was a day where there was great anger in our country. The people went to Washington primarily because they were angry with an election that they think was rigged. A very small portion, as you know, went down to the Capitol, and then a very small portion of them went in. But I will tell you, they were angry from the standpoint of what happened in the election, because they're smart and they see and they saw what happened. And I believe that that was a big part of what happened on January 6th.
And I wonder how that has gone under the radar. So, well, it feels, I could be wrong, but it feels like that's gone under the radar, because I was watching, there's that lovely Scottish guy on CNN who goes around doing vox pops with people. And he was at a Trump rally over the weekend, and they were all like, no, it's all fake, it's all fake, it's all Antifa, it's all Black Lives Matter, it's fake. But then Trump in your documentary confirms that the people in the Capitol were his people. And I'm amazed that it wasn't a headline for 24-hour news cycle, for at least 3 or 4 of those news cycles, but it seems to have a little bit gone under the radar.
Yeah, I agree. And I've actually said this a lot. I think that was an incredibly important and fascinating moment, because not only does he do what you just said, Pat, in terms of making, drawing a direct link to his supporters going into the Capitol.
Yeah.
He calls them smart. Yeah. And he also says that the reason they went in was because they believe that their election was stolen. Well, the only reason they believed that their election was stolen was because he had told them that,
yeah.
Right? So he is literally admitting that the reason why people went into the Capitol is A, because they believe the election was stolen, and B, because they're smart, and C, they are his supporters. So that's the clear admission, right, of his culpability, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea that he would, if you like, he had spent weeks after the election telling everyone that the election was stolen and that Mike Pence needs to come through. Now, after all the various things that they tried to do didn't work, all their court cases were all dismissed, the Supreme Court refused to hear the case, the last thing he had was this absurd idea that intervening on the 6th of January, where they have this ceremonial process of counting the Electoral College votes, intervening in that process would allow him to remain in office, right? And the only person he felt that could do that was the vice president. And he was obviously putting a lot of pressure on him. And we were at a rally the day before, or it was two days before, in Georgia, where he was really pushing that he hopes Mike Pence comes through. And he does the usual mafia boss type thing where it's like, and if he doesn't, then we won't like him very much.
He's going to go sleeping with the fishes.
Something right, like that. Exactly. It's like the typical Trump thing, like, we won't like him very much, nod, wink, wink, right?
Yeah.
And then on the day of January 6th, I mean, he literally says the words, like, we need to fight like hell, we need to get back our country. We're going to march down Pennsylvania Avenue to the Capitol. So he says all of this. So it's very clear as to why, those people marched up Pennsylvania Avenue. It's very clear why they all came, because he had tweeted to everyone, come, to this massive rally at the Ellipse. And then in that interview, he clearly says the reason why they went in was because they felt the election was stolen and they're smart. So to me, that, you're sort of bang to rights that point.